Hi guys, it's Chuck. I just figured I would give you guys an update on the combine since I finally actually have something to report. And I know you're not looking at a combine, you're looking at all the different manuals I've got for it. But, well, there's a slight snag. I stopped yesterday and dropped off the rest of the money for the combine. However, the guy who I'm buying the combine from is currently not doing all that well. He's pretty sick, so he couldn't help open up the yard or anything like that, or else I'd probably have it home. So I'm just waiting, and we're gonna figure out something. Either his hired guy is gonna help me, or something, and I'll be able to get in and get it out hopefully next weekend, but I can't make it a guarantee. But I figured, since I had the time, it's a snowy day, and I just got this new, albeit very cheap, camera from Walmart to hopefully video bringing this combine home. I figured I'd just go through and show the various manuals I've collected and talk about the ones that are still on the way, and maybe I could talk a little bit about the combine, what I'm planning on doing with it, all that fun stuff. So, without further ado, over here in the corner I have my owner's manuals. I have an original one which came from a member of the Combine Forum. The man's name is R.F. Ruth. Let me see, I got it written down here. R.F. Ruth 45890. I hope I pronounced that right, or at the very least pronounced it wrong enough that it still makes sense. This one it's in pretty good shape. I've ordered another one off eBay that's original condition, just so I have a backup of the original. But this is my main go-to, and below that I have a reprint which I gained. It's basically the same. It's just, it's single pages. There's nothing on the back or anything like that. It's all the same manual. It's just I printed this one off back when I worked at a local Deere dealer. Every couple days I'd go in and print off a few more pages and stick them in my box and whatnot. And let's see, next I have the power unit service manual, which actually I'll skip over that and go to the normal combine service manual. Inside the cover, this manual is in really good shape. As far as it hasn't been scribbled in, it's got, you can see it's got a little bit of wear and tear, and probably, I'm guessing, what's either water or oil damage or something. But it's really not bad, especially on these inner pages. Talks about, I think it's in here. Yeah, it talks about right up in here. It's got the, whoops, yeah, better pull it up. Now I can take a better look at it. Okay, it talks about right in about here-ish. The SM 2029 John Deere Electrical Systems, SM 2026 John Deere 92, 145, and 217 power units. SM 2053, which is John Deere 115, 165, and 248 power units. And then SM 2045, which is John Deere injection pumps and nozzles for John Deere power units. Now, I don't need those last two, the SM 2053 and the SM 2045, at least not for this combine. If I stumble across one intending to get it for parts, turns out it's not necessarily different, but turns out it's got like the 165 power unit, and needs the others, and then I'll look for those and get those as I need them. But for now, seeing as I've only got one combine and it's got the 145 gas in it, I don't need those last two. So that's where that service manual comes in. And I know you're sitting there going, well, what about the SM 2029? Well, I ordered that off eBay just this last week, and I was kind of hoping it would be here by now, but it's not. So, but yeah, this one, it's a more or less a gold mine of knowledge, and it's going to really come in handy. This one popped up on eBay for a really good price, and I picked this up just because, I mean, it's you know, I hope I never have to do anything to the engine on it, because really getting into these engines, well, they're the same thing used in a 1010 John Deere, maybe a 2010, I don't remember, one of the two. Well, I'm pretty sure it's a 2010. Yeah, give me some time, I'll do a little research, and I'll annotate it in the video probably. But they had a really weird cylinder sleeve liner thing. It's one piece basically for all 4 cylinders. So it gets to the point where literally if you change one sleeve, you have to change them all because it's all one big cast piece. I should be able to find a picture and put it in. And in fact, another friend of mine on YouTube here, Hugh Magoo, I believe, that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I'm sorry, buddy. He actually did a John Deere 45, and he took the sleeves out of, I think it might have been a 165, I'm not sure, 6-cylinder anyway, and cut those down and made it fit. That's more, that's a lot more, what's the word? Oh, actually, you know what, I bet that shows a picture of them here. But cutting down a 6-cylinder sleeve liner, whatever you want to call it, and making it fit a 4-cylinder is more expertise than I can do myself, and it's probably more money than I want to do myself. I've looked up just to see how much it would be if I ever have to do it, and in short, I could buy about 5 or 6 parts combines before I could buy a new set. So if I ever have to do any work on the engine like that, I'm probably just going to end up getting one and replacing it as it is. But nevertheless, there's a tune-up, there's lubrication, cooling, gasoline, fuel system, basic engine overhaul, section 30. Section 30, okay, so we're in the right basic spot. Pay no mind to me, I'm just kind of talking to myself. That is not where I wanted to be. I haven't really looked through this manual yet, I only got it recently. Aha! You can see right here how it's all together in one piece. Yeah, that's I looked it up. It's like $3,000 for a complete kit with that and all the pistons and everything else. It's just kinda, yeah. But there's that. This I found on eBay while I was actually looking for a parts catalog, and I think it is just, it's cool, man. Pre-delivery, checklist, inspection, everything. It's all, and it hasn't been written in that I can see. I haven't really looked through it all that much because I only just got this one as well. In fact, this and that came on the same day, along with the next manual I'll show you here in just a second. But you know, it goes through and it shows pictures and talks about how to set it all up and get it all ready for delivery. And you don't see that anymore, man. That's just, it's cool. So you know, I saw it and I had to get it. Now that I'm going to skip over the 210 corner attachment quick and talk about the last manual that came on the same day. This is kind of where I screwed up. John Deere LP gas engine for 45, 55, and 95 combines. It's a great little manual. There's only one problem. My combine is a standard gasoline engine, not an LP gas. When I saw this on eBay, it was about 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. I couldn't sleep. I was just kind of browsing. I saw it and I thought, what? You know, because the way I read it was LP/gas. So I was thinking it's an operator's manual for the LP and the gas engines in these combines. I thought, I bet you don't see anything like that anymore, and this one's in really good condition. I gotta have it. So I bid on it, and I won the auction within like a couple hours. It had like 6 days left on it, and I bid, you know, the starting bid or whatever, and just figured I'd probably get outbid later on, and I'd have to go back and bid it up. And they accepted it and ended the auction early, so I got that, and it is a really, really neat little manual. Don't get me wrong. I'm still glad I bought it because, again, I'm sure you don't see something like this every day, and it's in really, really good shape. It hasn't been written in or anything like that. And I'll go on to this last one, which is the John Deere 210 corn attachment. I got this because my combine doesn't currently have a corn head. It had one at one time, but the owner of the scrapyard where I bought it from had already scrapped out the corn head by the time I got there back in 2012, 2013, roughly, and expressed my interest in it. And at that point, he goes, I really wish I hadn't, you know, scrapped out that corn head, and I'd love to have given it to you with it, but it's, you know, it's already gone. It was pretty well dinged up, and, you know, so he told me about it, and I told him it wasn't that big of a deal. I can find them around, I'm sure. I haven't really found one yet, but I got a couple of places I can check, and I'm always watching Craigslist, so, you know, plus if you happen to have one that you don't necessarily need or want to see go to a good home, I'm in southern Michigan, northwest Ohio, northeast Indiana area. I don't necessarily have a trailer, but I'm sure we could work something out. I can either bribe a friend or, you know, pay you or whatever. So this is my collection as it stands at the moment, except for a couple that haven't yet gotten here. I ordered the electrical service manual that I talked about, that SM 2029 or whatever it is. I believe it's SM. Yeah, SM 2029, because this one's SM 2026, and I remember that one of them was SM 2029. That one would be nice because it's got a lot of, from what I understand, it's got a lot of wiring diagrams for 2-cylinder tractors and things like that as well. So it'll come in handy for more than just this combine, at least hopefully. You know, it'd be nice to have a 2-cylinder, but I'm getting ahead of myself there. I got to focus on the combine right now. I've also got a parts catalog coming because I'll tell you what, trying to find parts and things like that on Deere's website is confusing, to say the least. It was much easier back when I worked at the dealer and I could just log in and pull up all the manuals on a PDF file and, you know, look at them and print out a page if I needed them. I probably should have gotten a printout of the parts book while I was there, but oh well, I wasn't going to try to press my luck too much. What was it? I've got the parts book coming, I've got that electrical service manual coming, and I also happened to see that in, when was it, the May or June copy, somewhere in there anyway, earlier if I remember right, of 1998, Green Magazine, they had a whole article on the John Deere 45, and it was actually, if I remember right, a featured cover or something like that. So I saw that on eBay and picked that up as well. So I should have a good complement of manuals going here, at least to start. It's more than most people who just kind of either don't have a manual for it and kind of do it as they go along, or they get the owner's manual and maybe one basic service manual and then leave it at that. I've got quite a bit going on here. Let's see. I don't remember if I talked about in my other video or not, having, what would you call it? If I talked about my plans at all for the combine. Even if I have, they've kind of sort of changed a little bit in the last couple years. I guess it's been 4 4-ish years anyway, maybe 5 if I uploaded that video in 2012. I stumbled upon the combine in late 2012, early 2013, so I don't exactly remember when I uploaded that video off the top of my head. It's been forever since I looked at it, but anyway, at the time I figured I'd, get it running, drive it home, mess around with it a little bit, and I'd probably end up painting it. At the moment, I don't anticipate painting it. I might paint some things to keep them from getting really rusty, but for the most part, I'm going to leave it the original that it is and get it running and driving and operating correctly. All the threshing parts and the cutter head or cutter bar, platform, grain table, whatever you want to call it. Get all that running and working in infield order, and I'll run it in local parades and maybe take it to a couple tractor shows, and maybe I'll run it here and there. My grandparents, my grandpa and my uncle have a dairy farm next town over. They run a rather large case combine. It's not new, it's one of the older Case IH axial flows. It's I think it's 60 series, but I'm not sure. It's not super new. I know that much. It's probably about as old as I am. So, but it's still huge compared to this thing. I don't want to ask if I can run it because I'm afraid they'd say yes just because they feel like they have to, but it'd be inconveniencing them. So if they say, hey, if you want to take that over and try it out, I'll be more than happy to. But at the same time, if not, I'll just kind of keep her going, and maybe some of my friends around here will let me bring it over and try it out. Of course, I say I don't have any plans to paint it. We all know how that goes. But regardless, I guess that's it. So this is an update on the combine. If you want, you can like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Comment, please. I'd love to hear from you. And I guess that's about it. So hopefully this next weekend I'll be going to get the combine, and hopefully I'll have this little camera with me, and again, hopefully it works well enough. So I don't know, this is my $18 alternative to a GoPro. It's not exactly an action camera or anything, but if it works, and it works well enough, that's all that matters to me. I can get a GoPro later, so, or alternative. But regardless, guys, thank you for watching.